Hey guys, we're live and I'm doing my technical reboots here. Anyway, we are live here in the studio with Mr. Sam. Let's put us both on the screen. There we are.
All right.
How are you doing today?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course, it's a pleasure to have you. Now, we met during King Cotton, and you and Sam Glover actually came in to shoot a podcast. And I was listening. I was here listening in. I was like, wow, this guy really knows his stuff. And so I asked you more. So introduce yourself to us. Tell us all that you do, and then we'll talk about where you're from, how you grew up, and those types of things.
Well, my name's Sam Beavers. I have an insurance agency here in the state of Arkansas, Rollo Insurance. It's a large firm out of Texas, and I have their operations here in Arkansas. So I'm an associate in their firm, and very, very happy to do what we get to do with the insurance side of things. So we do home, auto, farm, ranch, and a bunch of commercial business of all different types. This week alone, we got to talk to some electricians, and we've also been able to talk to people that like own a cave or some random weird building out in the middle of nowhere that we get to do work with and help them out with their insurance side of things, as well as the life insurance that comes along with it. But I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. This is my home. It's so good to be here and talk to people from my hometown about the business that's going on and the things that are happening in the city too.
Absolutely. Okay, so you're from Pine Bluff, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What school did you go to?
So me and Jesus both went to the Watson Chapel High School. I love it. I love it with all my heart. The joke is, if you cut me open, black and gold's going to come out of me. And they kind of took me in. I was homeschooled for the first 11 years of my life. My mom homeschooled 4 kids in 3 grades at the same time. And I think we all came out pretty sane.
Listen, kudos to mom.
She's a saint. She's the best. Julie's the best. I have 4 siblings. Well, I'm one of 4 siblings. I have twin brothers and a little girl. She's my sister, and she's the best. The twins they're pretty good too, but she's awesome.
I think I heard you talk about your sister when we
were I talk about her all the time.
Yeah, he loves you, girl. He loves you. So, where'd you go to college?
I finished up at Watson Chapel High School, got my high school diploma from there, and then went and played football and golf at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Graduated with a political science degree from UAPB and thoroughly enjoyed my time there. Loved it so much. My family lives, 4 miles away from campus, but I lived in the dorm all 4 years. So we just had a blast.
Yeah, you did love it. Wow.
It's my home.
Listen, but that ties into 2 other things. I'm going to try to remember both of them. Your political science degree, you were the commissioner, the elections commissioner?
Yes, ma'am. I was an election commissioner. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to touch on that. And then also a sports broadcaster, sports analyst, y'all. He called King Cotton for Deltaplex. It was Deltaplex, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Amazing job. So I don't know which one you want to talk about first, but I want to talk about both of those.
Yeah, we can get into the broadcasting. That's my fun job. I get to do that sometimes and love it. So when I was in college, my grandfather was the longtime voice of Fort Smith Northside sports. And so he was a broadcaster. My dad's a preacher, and then he did broadcasting, and then I got to do it also. And I became the voice of Watson Chapel football and basketball while I was in college, and got to expand on that after I got out, and had a local radio show here on Deltaplex with Greg Horn's station over there, and we did local sports. I think local sports are the best. It's a great way to get to know kids. It's a great way to get kids in your community involved in sports, and so from that, you get involved in stuff like King Cotton and the work that Sam Glover does, putting that tournament on along with, countless other people. So we got involved in that. I've called a little bit of UAPB sports, and I love every chance I get to talk sports and be on the air broadcasting games.
I can tell it's a passion because you're so good at it. You're so good.
Well, thank you.
And I love sports, but it's always refreshing to hear somebody who takes such pride in their craft. And I was like, I need to get him on the show. We're not going to talk about sports, but I told him off camera, you have that thing going for you. So tell us about the election commission.
Yes, ma'am. So after I graduated from college, I wanted to get involved in politics. That's what my degree's in. One of the most important positions to your local government. We think about president and senators and representatives and all that. The positions that are most important to your daily life, though, are the ones close to home. And the people who make sure that those elections run fairly and go off with as little of a hitch as possible, that's your election commission. And so it's set up kind of funky. You don't get elected per se to the election commission. There are 3 election commissioners in each county, and whichever political party has control of the state offices, they get 2, and then the minority party gets 1. So I was one of the election commissioners appointed from the majority party, and got to work with a lot of different people, got to do a lot of different things. The cool thing about the election commission is you don't have to be elected again the next year. So you just get to do the right thing. You don't have to worry about getting, reelected all the time or anything like that. We have a phenomenal election commission here in Jefferson County. It hasn't always been that way, but we were able to take what was broken, fix it up, and make it something that people could have trust in, something that people could put their faith in and say, when I go to the polls, I know that this election is being run free and fair.
That's amazing. And you had something to do with that, huh?
A little bit. There's a big team involved, and they do great work.
Awesome. Okay, so after the election commission, what was next for you?
So while I was doing that and while I was broadcasting games, I took a job as a commercial insurance agent in Southeast Arkansas. I worked for a large captive insurance company and sold commercial insurance. So I sold business insurance to business owners and made my career in that. And as I grew in that, I realized this is great. I really enjoy doing this. It's nice to be there when the tornado comes or the ice storm hits, and you have a check for somebody. Hey, let's rebuild your life. Let's work on this. Let's figure out ways to mitigate the risks that you have in your business. But I was kind of trapped in a captive insurance agency. I wanted to do different things. I wanted to insure different types of businesses, and I wanted to insure people's homes and their farms and their cars and their four-wheelers and their boats, because I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I decided to pivot away from that and go learn business so that I could come back home and run my own business.
Absolutely. That's amazing. So what are you doing now currently? Where are you living? Where are you working? What's going on?
So my family's in Fort Smith. I'm living there in Fort Smith to be close to home, but I will be moving back down to Central Arkansas, hopefully Southeast Arkansas very soon. And I have the entire state. So I'm the go-to guy for Rollo Insurance for the entire state of Arkansas.
Wow.
Eventually we'll put an office in hopefully every corner of the state. And I'm very excited about that Pine Bluff office. When it comes time for that one, I'm gonna be pretty excited. But I have a lot of customers here. I have a lot of clients that I love to do business with, because this is, at the end of the day, this is my home, and every opportunity that I've ever had, I owe to Jefferson County and more specifically to Pine Bluff.
Absolutely amazing. Okay, so tell us more about this captive insurance and what you do now. Break that down for us. Okay,
so captive insurance versus independent. So everybody knows the names like State Farm and Farm Bureau. Those are ones that come to mind for most people. Those are great insurance companies with great insurance agents. Those insurance agents only work for the one insurance company. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, except as an independent, I have access to the entire market of insurance companies. So I can go to, 10, 20, sometimes 30 different insurance companies, depending on what the risk is, to find the best coverage that the market will offer to a client. Whereas your captive insurance agent, if your company goes up one year, they just bring you a renewal for the next year with the same company. I can move you to a different company. We can look at different options. We can move some things around. I can have your home with one company, your auto with another, or both together, whichever works best. And it can better be tailored to your specific needs, the needs of your business, the needs of your home, and what you're looking to accomplish with the program that you have.
That's awesome. So your insurance agency truly has the client in mind.
That's exactly right. It's client-focused care.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Okay, so we have a lot of different businesses here in Arkansas and around. So let's talk to some of these businesses specifically. So for me, we have this studio.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm in media. We have cameras. We have devices. So we can get insured through your agency.
Absolutely. So there's different parts of your policy, right? So everybody's got general liability. That's somebody slipped and fell when they walked in my office. Okay, well, we can cover that. But then you also have property insurance, because this building, by the way, this facility is incredible.
Thank you.
But what a lot of people don't realize is, okay, we have the structure. That's great. If a tornado came, I would like to be able to rebuild it. But we also have the property inside the structure. Well, a lot of people don't realize that's two different limits. There's two different parts of your insurance policy for that. So you've got fantastic microphones and a really cool backdrop and this really comfy chair that I'm sitting in. Well, that's got to be covered on a little different part of your insurance policy than the building itself. So how do we do that? What does it look like? Well, for that, we would sit down with you and look over your policies that you have, if you have any, and look over your needs. And we would ask questions about premium. Premium's important. How much does this cost? Well, the things that affect that are the deductibles that you have. So if you have a $500 deductible and you got $20,000 in the bank, okay, we might want to look at raising that deductible up to save you some insurance money. So we can get creative with this on the independent side. Different carriers like different kinds of things. And so because of that, we are able to, like I said earlier, to tailor a product that fits what you specifically need.
That's amazing. Now, unfortunately, Pine Bluff does have some break-ins every now and again. And there was a really bad break-in that was on social media. I won't say who and where, but a lot of things were stolen out of their property. If they had, and I'm pretty sure they did have insurance. I'm not saying that they did not. But just to put things in perspective, when something like that occurs, after we call the police, do we call Sam?
Yes, call me, please. Yes, call me. We will get an adjuster involved. The cool thing about being a guy that has business here locally, and I've got, rental property here locally, I spend a lot of time here because, to be honest with you, we got the best food in the state in this town. So you call me, I come down, we look at what happened. So did they break in? Did they open a door? Did they smash a window? It's two different things.
They went through the roof.
If they went through the roof, okay. So what did we break?
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And that was terrible. I hated to see that happen because we worked so hard to build nice things for our clients and our customers to come in and enjoy. And then people come in and destroy it.
Yes, ma'am. So it's my job to protect the investment that you make and to make you whole again. Now, those are the words that we use. I want to take what was broken. Let's just put you back where you were, get you whole again, get you back on your feet, and get you moving forward. And that kind of ties into the life insurance deal. A lot of people don't think about it. Yeah. Okay, well, nobody wants to talk about dying. That's not fun. But would my family be whole if I wasn't here? And would they have all that they need to go on? Or is, on the worst day of her life, is my wife going to be thinking about, well, how am I going to pay the bills? Things like that. We talk about making you whole. There's a lot that goes into it. We want to make sure that we take the time to sit down with you, talk it all out, and let's figure out a program that works for you.
I love that. And another business that's in the family is the restaurant. So do you have, what if something happened, God forbid, and an entrepreneur business owner cannot go to work, so they cannot open their restaurant or it can't run at the same capacity that it would have if they were there. Do you have that type of insurance available?
There is. So let's think about something big. Let's think about a tornado. Tornado comes and it takes your business and throws it into the river or wherever. Okay, God forbid that happen. We're going to rebuild your business. We're going to make you whole again. We just talked about that. But that doesn't always help you out because you've lost however many months of not being able to open.
Right.
Okay, we will take a look at your financials. We'll include insurance coverage in your policy for this automatically as we tailor this to you. I'm going to ask you a question that is, how much money does the business make? So that way we can have a coverage in place that would repay you what you would have made were you open during that time. A lot of people don't think about that, but it's very important. And on the worst day of your life, I promise you it's going to be something you think about.
Oh, yeah. Man, what's your number?
501-426-7224. Shoot me a text, call me.
I'm going to put it in the chat. Contact Sam.
501.
Got it.
426-7224. Give me a call, shoot me a text, or you can email me at sam.beavers@rollowinsurance.com.
putting it to
Yep. Sam.Beavers at Rollo, ROLLO, insurance.com.
We got it.
And this is what we love. My parents will tell you, we love Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
I was homeschooled. I got to choose where I wanted to go to school. I chose Watson Chapel, and couldn't be more thankful that I did. I know you're a zebra.
Yeah.
As long as you're not
just sitting over here letting you have your moment.
Hey, that's okay. Like, that's your husband and I, though.
Yeah.
I, and Jesus. We all three love Watson Chapel.
Jesus was at Pine Bluff.
Oh my goodness.
He's there too.
Did he transfer?
Yeah, he might have here lately. Looking at the media, who knows? Okay.
Well, that's something that I kind of like to talk about. We talk about the media.
Yeah.
We get a lot of negative rap around Pine Bluff. We really do. But people don't talk enough about the positive things that are happening here. And the reason that I think I can succeed in business here is because the opportunity that this place had in the heyday back in the late 20th century, the opportunity is still here. It just looks a little different.
Yeah.
So we have opportunities like the lab. Well, this didn't exist back when the heyday of Pine Bluff was happening, but it does now.
It does now.
You know, and okay, the railroad's not as big a deal as it used to be. Well, our hospitality's better.
It is.
So let's lean into that. I think we need to lean into the positive things that are happening. You know, life's so much better when you're just positive about things.
Yeah. And you know what? Nowadays, small business customer service is so much better than the big corporations.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I go through those mainstream drive-thrus and it's like, go ahead. But when you walk into your local small business, they're like, hey, how you doing? Your same order? So
That's right. And the quality's better. So if I go to my friends down at Underwater Seafood on Main Street, you get great service, you get great food, and they care about what they're doing because they take pride in their processes. And that's something that we do a great job of that doesn't get talked about enough. So we have a lot of pride. And
that's the same with your insurance company. You're here to serve the people. You're here to help us. And like you said, during our darkest times, darkest moments, you're there to make us whole again.
That's right.
I like that.
Yes, ma'am. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And it impacts the culture around us. And that matters.
So if you had it your way, Sam. What would
it's like Burger King?
Yes.
Okay.
What would Pine Bluff look like? Let's talk about the business structure, the quality of life, the things that we have to do with our families, with our significant others. Let's vision cast a little bit.
I love it. All right, let's do it. This is one of my favorite things to do. Okay. So if we're going to create a community that people want to A, move into, and B, raise a family in. All right, so families are important. If we talk about the culture of the community, your community and your culture cannot be better than the entities that make it up. That's your churches and your schools.
Yeah.
Your churches and your schools cannot be better than the families that make them up. And your families cannot be better than the fathers that lead them. So first of all, to make positive change, to make positive impact, we can work on the peripheral stuff and we can do things like bringing jobs, and we should. And we can fix our roads, and we should. But a deeper problem, something that's going to have a real lasting impact, is if we create a culture where fatherhood is something we take pride in, where we lead our families, we grow our children, and we take them to schools that do well for them. And that will change our schools. Your schools can't be good if your families aren't good.
Yeah.
Right? And your community can't be good if your school isn't good. So everything flows down from the family. We need to create positive family atmospheres in our community to give an outlet to our younger generation, things that they can do that are productive. We need to teach them that they're valued, that their life matters, and that they have a plan that they can enact practically every day. They're working towards something great. And that vision that you're talking about, we got to sell that. We got to sell that to our kids. Hey, you don't have to do X, Y, Z. You can do ABC. ABC gives you a better outcome. So let's do that instead. Let's focus on those positive things that we can create in our community.
How do you suggest
Uh-oh.
that we do that, Sam?
Yep.
Because you're talking about the absentee fathers who are probably coming from a long lineage of absentee fathers. How do we say, hold on, everybody stop. Fathers, it's time to get active. And we did have, Nate. Okay, so Nate had, I believe his name is Tony Williams on his show. And he is actually putting together a nonprofit organization that's focusing solely on fathers being active and being the pillar of their families. So I think if we get all these minds working together, we can actually attack that problem. Because so many of us want the same things.
That's
we
right.
all want a better Pine Bluff for our families. And for us, we want to enjoy it too. I do, at least. So I think we just have to get together, Sam. We'll have to get together and do it together.
We do. You have to do it one person at a time. You don't win communities without winning the hearts and the minds of people.
Right.
And it's been that way from the beginning. So we have to do a better job on an individual level. It's great to think about the macro, and we're gonna have big impact on things. Okay, what about people on your street? What about the folks that you see on a daily basis that you could impact positively? I've noticed something. When you smile at people in the store, they smile back. I don't know how many times that person smiled today. Maybe the only time. But if I smile at them, they're going to smile back at me most of the time.
Yeah.
And so little stuff like that. And then what words are we using? Are we encouraging people to read? I think there's a set of books that young men need to read before you get to be an adult. And when you read certain things, they impact your life in a way that gives you the tools to positively impact lives around you. But if we don't read things that are high level, if we don't read things that challenge us, we need to do a lot more challenging, I think.
Yeah.
Because
what's your top 3 books that young men should read?
Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, I think, is the greatest book ever written by anybody not named Jesus. It's phenomenal. So when you get done reading that, you need to read Sun Tzu's Art of War, and that will teach you how to attack problems creatively. In fact, there's a famous football coach that took the principles of the Art of War and the tactics that were used and made a whole football philosophy out of it. We call it the air raid now. So everybody runs the air raid. It's all Sun Tzu. That's all it is. And then when you get done reading that, you need to read some economics. So you need to read either Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon, The Invisible Hand, The Inquiry into the Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. These things will give you a good understanding of history and philosophy and economics. And that gives you some knowledge, and knowledge gives you confidence.
Yeah.
We need more confidence.
We do. We absolutely do. I want to, because I don't want people to say, well, yeah, he's done this and he's been there and he's sitting there telling us what books to read. But you come from humble beginnings.
Yes, ma'am. I can take you to my house across town. Man, I'll tell you this. I had a mom and dad that loved me and cared about me. It's the greatest advantage I've ever been given in life. Mm-hmm. But my dad's a really phenomenal preacher. I think he's the greatest preacher in the history of the world. My mom stayed at home and homeschooled 4 kids. Nothing incredibly special, but it was because it was mine and we took pride in it. And my family has given me everything that I need. They gave me the seeds to plant the garden, to harvest the crops. And they founded our family on a faith in God and an understanding that we have a duty. I think this is what separates it. I feel like I have a duty to make my hometown proud. I have a duty to give back to the people that gave me opportunities. Watson Chapel didn't have to take me in. They didn't have to love me. They didn't have to love my family, but they did. And I have a duty from that. I have a lot of pride in where I come from. I wanted to go to UAPB. Could have gone other places. Why would I? This is my home. Those 4 letters mean the world to me.
Oh.
So I'd rather stay right here and invest in what we have going on. And I think that duty, that pride that we feel is given to us by our family. It certainly was given to me by mine. And it means a lot. Sorry, I rambled there. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I want to ask you.
Sure.
How it is? You're probably going to say your mom and dad had a lot to do with this, but the selflessness. Because as you were speaking, the only thing that I could think about was there are so many people who do not feel this way. There are so many people that say, I'm just worried about me and mine. I'm not worried about anything or anybody else. But for you to sit there and say, I have a duty to make my city proud, and just to be grateful that you were accepted into a public school system. What is this? How is this person here?
A lot of it's sports.
Okay.
I want my school to be really good at football. And so, okay, if I'm going to do that, let's work backwards from, I want to be in a city that I like. Mm-hmm. I want to be around people that love me, that I love, in a city that we all work together. Okay, if we're going to do that, how are we going to do it? Well, individually, we all have to take pride in it. So it's humble, but in a sense, self-serving. because the selflessness creates a culture that helps me out again.
Yeah.
What you give kind of comes back to you in that sense. And so is it humble to an extent, but it's humble because I want something better for myself. I want something better for my children. I want to be so proud. I can't tell you how happy it would make me if my kids, when they got to high school, were like, Dad, I want to go. I don't have kids yet, but if they're like, Dad, I want to go where you went. I want to go to UAPB. I'd cry. I would absolutely cry. It's written in my will. I want to be buried on that little cemetery that overlooks the stadium. That's where I'd be so happy. You let me sit there and watch football. Y'all just don't move the stadium again. Keep it right there because I want to watch it until the day that the trumpets blow and Jesus comes back.
You're Pine Bluff, because if you remember when the stadium got moved, you're definitely from here.
That's right.
Okay,
on Pumphrey Stadium.
Yeah, man, that's the only thing between people who have humble beginnings and those who continue to have that same humbleness, and then the ones who kind of excel in life. I'm thinking it's just a mindset shift.
Yes, I agree.
Because I've spoken with several people just here recently. I've been blessed to meet so many amazing people, but they all start with, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't grow up with this. I didn't grow up with that. But they are in a place that most people would love to be. But it's because they made up in their mind, hey, I'm going to change this. I want better. So I'm going to make the decisions that obtain more and better.
We can do one of two things. We can sit here and cry about it, or we can get to work making it better. I'm a get to work making it better kind of guy. I don't think crying is going to help me out any. So we choose another way.
Yeah, and like Nate, he does say, and I say it too, your network determines your net worth. So yes,
that's pretty good.
You need to do the inside work. You need to make those decisions. Read the books that he said read, because it will help transform your mind. So will the Bible, if you've never read that.
Please read that. Dad's going to punch me for leaving that out. Read your Bible.
Yes, read your Bible. Add that to the list of
books.
Add that to the list.
Read it while you read the rest of it.
Yes. So, but as you're changing your mindset, you also need to get out and network. Because this happened from just being open to a conversation.
So there's a lot to that. And I think that we kind of get really narrow-minded when we talk about networking. We want to network with people that think like we do, or that look like us, or that are doing things that we're doing. I don't really care what you're doing. If you're doing something, I want to talk to you because I may want to learn from you. You may want to learn. There may be things we can work on together.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, why can we not talk to a whole bunch of different people? I don't see why. I've done a lot of good, or a lot of good's been done to me just by being around people that think different than I do, that have a different set of ideas, and help me see the world in a different way.
Yeah, and sometimes that person might be that missing link that you needed, that missing piece of the puzzle to make it complete. They give you that one little nugget, and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I've been missing.
Yes, ma'am.
But because we're not open to conversations, we're holding ourselves back, I feel.
We're doing ourselves a disservice.
We are.
We really are.
We are. Listen, this has been an amazing chat.
I've had a blast. I'll tell you what, you need a podcast or something.
I need a podcast or something.
You got this thing down.
I need a podcast or something. I do want you guys to send the emails, text the number. It's in the chat. Get insured. He specializes in business owners, correct?
Yes, ma'am. About 50% of what I do is business owners. And then 50% of what I do is your everyday people that just need good home and auto insurance. I have a link. If you reach out to me on Facebook or send me a text, I'll send you a link. You just put in your information and I'll get back to you personally. I handle everything personally. I'm not going to ship you off to a team. So we'll get back to you personally and give you a phone call. We'll come sit at your kitchen table, learn a little bit about you and what works for you the best. A lot of people are driving around on these streets with state minimum liability. State minimum liability in Arkansas is $25,000 and then $50,000. I don't know when the last time you went to the doctor was, but you better hope you don't hurt anybody real bad. You better hope you just kind of hurt them a little bad, or you're in deep trouble.
That's true, guys. Let's get insured.
Let's get insured.
Let's do the things that we need to do.
That's right.
It was amazing to have you on. I know that we're going to do something else. I don't know what it is, but you guys will be seeing more of Sam. and stop by these business owners. And I
Please.
know you're doing that.
Yes, ma'am.
He's always in town on business. I'm like, what are you doing, Sam? Oh, yeah, I'll be that way. I got some business to take care of. So, again, thank you so much for stopping by. I can't wait to see you next